Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the July 27th, 2021 Board of Selectmen's meeting. May I have a roll call, please? Oh, excuse me, before we do that, I need a motion to have a clerk pro tem. May I have that, Mr. Slavin?
Motion for Mr. Muniz to be clerk pro tem.
Thank you. I will second. All those in favor of appointing Mr. Muniz clerk pro tem, say aye.
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 Sure. Aye.
Thank you, 300. Now, may I have a roll call?
Selectman Slavin, Chairperson Whiteside, Selectman Manise, Assistant Town Administrator Noreen Allen England are present. And
Oh, okay. Yep. And, okay,
they can announce themselves.
okay, yep. Pledge of Allegiance, Ms. Bakayaki. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all. Thank you. Will the record show, please, that Mr. Titlebaum is here at 6:31. Thank you very much. May I have a motion to go into executive session, please,
So made.
clerk?
Second.
Motion made to go into executive session with a second. My motion made by Slavin, seconded by Titlebaum. All those in favor say aye.
Roll call.
Yes, Slavin,
Yes.
Titlebaum,
Yes.
Muniz,
Yes.
Whiteside, yes, 400. Thank you very much. We are now in executive session. Bob? Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the July 27th, 2021 meeting of the Board of Selectmen. We opened in open session at 6:30. We went into executive session. We have just left executive session, and we are now back in the regular agenda for the meeting. Announcements. Mr. Slavin.
I think the only thing I have is the VFW has tomorrow for their Wednesday dinners, I believe it's barbecue ribs, potato salad, and corn. One of my favorites, so you know I'm going to be there. It's going to be a little difficult because I have a meeting about 5 minutes after it starts. Also, the same time on Wednesday at the VFW. I'm not sure who Cat Jones has for music again, but it's a nice thing to go, and it's easy to get in there, park, and you can sit there and drink and get in trouble, whatever you want to do. Thank you.
Mr. Titlebaum.
The only thing I would say is COVID numbers are starting to trend up again. I think we're all getting a little complacent. I mean, I masked pretty good for over a year, and here I am sitting without a mask, so there you go. I'm no better than anybody else when it comes to that. But if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please get vaccinated. The vaccine is very safe. Of course, there are always a few people who will suffer some kind of ill effect from a vaccine. That's just human nature. Nobody's invented one that's going to, go into 8 billion people and not hurt somebody. But the numbers are staggeringly in favor of getting vaccinated versus worrying about the vaccine harming you. So please go get vaccinated.
Thank you. Mr. Muniz?
No, I'm good.
Thank you. I just want to announce that there is an event on Sunday, and I don't remember whether it's 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 2 o'clock because the time has changed several times. But there are 2 young men who are becoming Eagle Scouts on Sunday, and at least two of us will be attending that ceremony, and we do have a couple of certificates here to be signed. Congratulations to the 2 young men. It's a very low percentage of people, of young men, who actually get to be Eagle Scouts, so it's really a tremendous honor, in my opinion.
Can I did have
Certainly.
one announcement.
Yep.
There'll be a a get-together at the VFW on Saturday related to land conservation, and it's from 12, I believe, till 4. 1 till 4. And be some food there and a few other things. And a drumming ensemble, I believe, and a couple other things. It's put on by various land conservation groups, the Wampanoag tribe of Herring Pond, is it? Herring Pond
Believe so.
Wampanoags. So if you're looking for something to do Saturday, I suggest you go there. Maybe it'll be, should be good time. Thank you.
Thank you. We will move on to citizens' comments. Is there any citizen here who chooses to address the board? Seeing none, we will go to board comments. Mr. Titlebaum?
Nope.
Mr. Slavin?
Not today.
Mr. Muniz?
Yeah, a couple. Has to do with hybrid meetings.
Okay.
And there's a Mass Municipal Association program tomorrow, I believe, 12 till 1, on hybrid meetings being sponsored. A couple of people from different towns, town administrators maybe, a select board member, will be discussing their use of it and what they've learned and how they're doing it. So for anybody who's a board member, it might be something of interest, and maybe we can learn and move forward and start some hybrid meetings. We may need to go back to them, and maybe we could look into getting equipment if we need it in order to facilitate the hybrid meetings, utilizing some COVID funding. Thank you.
Thank you. All set?
Yeah.
Okay. I just have one, which is really it's a comment about all of our boards and commissions in this town. First of all, the town of Wareham runs a lot on volunteers. I can't imagine being able to count up the number of hours that our volunteers have put into being on whatever board or commission they have been on. However, it is the law that each one of you must take your ethics test every 2 years. And in reviewing the file folders, I find that lots of you aren't current. Please get there before I have to talk to you. The town clerk used to send out notifications reminding you to get your ethics test done. It's online. It takes 15 minutes at most. You print out the certificate, you take it to the town clerk, and you are then in compliance with the law. Thank you. Mr. Muniz, appointments, reappointments, and interviews? Is Mr. Stubbert here? Would you come forward, please? Go ahead.
First up is Mr. Eric Stubble, interested in being appointed a constable in the town of Wareham.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself? First of all, pull the mic closer, make sure the green light is on. Okay. Thanks.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, yes. I'm a resident of the town of Westport, and I am an appointed constable there as well. The primary focus of my practice is child support enforcement. I am a contractor for the Mass Department of Revenue's Division of Child Support Enforcement, and I serve summons regarding to the establishment of child support, contempt of court, etc. The appointment in my hometown of Westport grants me the authority to serve throughout Bristol County. I'm here today to seek appointment in the town of Wareham, which will allow me to serve in your town and also throughout Plymouth County.
I guess I didn't realize that if we appointed you to Wareham, it entitled you to practice throughout.
It does in terms of the state. Okay, most of the
State services.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most service of process does not require the appointment of constable. For most summons, any disassociated person over the age of 18 can serve a summons legally. But the state requires you to be an appointed constable in at least one town in the county to serve on their behalf.
Excellent. Thank you for that explanation. Any questions, Mr. Slavin?
So you have not served? Oh, sorry, Bob. So you haven't served any, as far as the town of Wareham goes, you haven't processed anything before?
I do believe I have processed service in the town of Wareham for a private client. Again, it doesn't require that you be appointed a constable for most summons. For the particular practice that I operate, where I do mostly work for the state, they are asking that I have that appointment so that I can work in Plymouth County.
I kind of wonder if we have anybody else doing that in the town as well.
I don't know.
I don't know. Thank you.
Mr. Titlebaum,
All right.
questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I would just remark that coming off of the pandemic and everything else, there's a tremendous backlog, not only in the states, but courts, but also agencies like DOR, so on and so forth. They're behind the 8 ball. I know that of all the courts in the Commonwealth, the probate and family court probably did the best job with doing things by way of Zoom, simply because of the economic issues that are at stake and are inherent in a lot of the probate and family court matters. So, but still, there's going to be a lot of service required and a lot of work, so I don't think that appointing this gentleman is going to derogate from the other constable's business, and where he works for the Commonwealth anyway.
I don't work for the Commonwealth, I'm a contractor. I
Right.
just want to be clear, I'm not a
Right.
state employee.
Right.
Maybe a contractor. Mr. Muniz, do you have any questions?
Yes. It was always my understanding, in order to serve within a town, you have to either be appointed by the town or be appointed by the county. So if you were appointed by Plymouth County, you could serve any of the towns in Plymouth County. But for the
There's
town,
only a very specific
excuse me,
number of court processes that require you to be appointed as a constable. So for example, for someone to process an eviction in the town of Wareham, you would have to be appointed by the town of Wareham. For someone to serve someone with divorce papers, however, you just have to be a disinterested party over the age of 18, and that covers the civil court's requirements.
Yeah, another point where you would have to be a constable,
there's a
authorized in
differentiation.
that town would be, for example, to post a town meeting warrant. We couldn't hire somebody who wasn't a Wareham constable to do that.
Correct.
So, but
Or a capias, for example, would require you to be a constable in that town.
I thought non-criminal services required you to be appointed within the town or the county. And then you'd be, if it was a county, you'd be working through the sheriff's office. And
No,
if
we
you get
don't-
appointed, in Wareham, it doesn't give you permission to serve in Plymouth.
I don't need to be appointed in Wareham to serve anywhere in Plymouth County within a certain subset of summonses.
Fine.
So, but I'm here because the state of Massachusetts, the Commonwealth, requires that for you to serve process for the Division of Child Support Enforcement, they would like you to be appointed in one town within the county that you're serving. So I currently serve in Bristol County, and I would like to expand my service area to Plymouth County.
In non-criminal only.
This is civil process, non-criminal,
And
yes.
you would not carry a firearm.
I am licensed to carry a firearm, but if you would prefer I don't carry one in the town of Wareham, I would be happy to follow your guidance. I'm not carrying one now.
Right. You're in a municipal building, that's good. I personally, non-criminal, and I believe, unless it's changed, that we'd rather not have the people doing services carry.
Okay.
That's just my understanding anyhow.
I don't know. I would suggest that you speak with our chief of police,
I can do
Mr.
that.
Correa. quite.
I'm
anyway,
good.
Yeah. Do you have any questions of us, sir?
No, I just let you know that if you would be so kind as to appoint me as a constable in your town, I'd be happy to assist in any way I can with any town activities where you would require a constable. I would be available to you in any capacity.
Thank you. I will accept a motion.
So made.
And
Second.
motion made to appoint Mr. Eric Stubbart to a term to expire June 30th, 2022. Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? It is unanimous. Just check with the chief of police about the carrying. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
You are licensed by the Commonwealth of
I'm licensed by the
Massachusetts.
Commonwealth to
Yeah.
carry a firearm.
You
Yes.
have
Me
some-
too.
Me too.
But I'm not-
Let's have some
That makes three
signature,
of us.
buddy.
Here we go.
Not me. I am the weapon.
You got a pen?
I've seen a
Have a
T-shirt
pen
like
here.
that somewhere.
There you
Here,
go.
do you want one?
This was,
Says done.
Mr.
We have a German Shepherd. We don't call 911. She takes care of security for me.
Yeah.
The next,
Trouble with that.
why?
Thank you very much for your time today.
Take care.
Every day.
Should I see the town clerk?
Well, I'll
later?
just check it on my own.
Judy, when is this stuff going to be ready for him to pick up?
Tomorrow afternoon in the Selectmen's office, which is in the other building, as you probably know.
Thank you all for your time. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks. You
Stay
too.
safe.
Good luck.
Mr. Muniz,
Yes.
we got another appointment, do we?
Alrighty. Is Joseph Cardoza here?
No, he's
No.
not.
No, he's
All
not.
right.
It's a reappointment.
It's a reappointment. I move to see if the Board of Selectmen will vote to reappoint Joseph Cardoza to Board of Road Commissioners for a term to expire June 30th, 2023.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? It is unanimous.
Okay. So this is Mr. Cardoza's here.
Thank you.
And Ms. Santagate asked to have the meeting, her meeting, put off to our next meeting, which will be in 2 weeks. So we'll move over that one, and she will be here. It'll be brought up in 2 weeks, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And let me cross that one out here. And then Miss Denise Schultz is, could not be here tonight, and hers is for an appointment as a full member to the Conservation Commission. So I'd like to move to see if the Board of Selectmen will vote to appoint Denise Schultz to the Conservation Commission for a term to expire on June 30th, 2024.
Motion made and seconded. Yes, you have a comment, Mr.
Yeah,
Slavin?
the Conservation Commission actually, I think, sent a letter out asking to go ahead and appoint her.
Yes, they did.
She's been through, as an associate, in more than a few meetings. She's done a very good job, and
Yes, we did get that
she's
letter.
extremely well needed.
Thank you.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Okay.
We now have a hearing at 7:15 for the application from Scarlett Rose. So may I have a motion to open the hearing?
So made.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to open the hearing, the application from Scarlett Rose LLC. All those in favor, roll call vote. Slavin?
Yes?
Titlebaum?
Yes.
Muniz?
Yes.
Whiteside, yes. So, Mr. Kilgard, is that your name? Yeah. Why don't you come forward again, please, you and your wife? Thank you. You were here a few weeks ago, I don't remember exactly when, but you gave us an update on your plans and the different business model that you had. Perhaps you'd like to remind us quickly of what it is that you're doing?
Yeah, sure. It's basically a small
And
restaurant.
introduce yourself for the record, please.
I'm Michael Kilgard,
Juani Kelgard.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's basically a small 1,200 square foot restaurant with a wine bar theme. The food is going to be light fare, paninis, flatbreads, that kind of thing, charcuterie boards. Not a full kitchen, a small kitchen. We're planning on outside seating and offering entertainment at one point as well, and acoustic style entertainment. You know, one guy with a guitar type of thing. I guess that's about it. Seating for about 45 inside, about the same number outside on the patio.
45 outside, too?
Yeah. It all depends on the furniture that you buy. I mean, you get big tables or small tables.
Thank you. Mr. Titlebaum, do you have any questions?
Not really a question. I would make the observation that if you're going to do live entertainment, you do need a separate entertainment license. That's a
Right.
different application, but obviously you wouldn't apply for that until you got this one and knew you could do it, so.
Right.
All set?
Just for the record, I just wanted to get that out there. Yeah.
Mr. Slavin?
Do you have a site plan of the layout of the restaurant, inside and outside?
Yes,
The package.
it's in the packet. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, if
I
I
have it
could.
right here.
The other comment I have is, I think we discussed it before. Temporarily, the Toby Hospital is using the street, the corner there, as their main entrance into the emergency room. It'll probably be like that for another couple of months. And it's critical that whatever you have for deliveries coming, you know, from usually what the trucks, a lot of times they're fairly substantial trucks that deliver alcohol, et cetera. You'd have to have what we call a short load truck come in, because if it blocks that street, we got a real problem.
Yeah, we'll definitely work with the vendors to work out the logistics on that. I mean, I know they have the smaller box trucks and vans that.
Yeah, they do. You just have to make sure they get it there, because,
Yep.
you know.
They do. The other possibility too, Alan, is they could go in and do it from Pizzoli Square. It's a little bit more of a haul, because then you got to go through, you know, around the back and everything else, but
My concern is that if someone's coming in emergency,
Across from
every
private
second, every minute could be someone's life.
As long
yeah,
as
we
it's
wouldn't want
not-
them, you know, blocking half a lane
Yeah, it's
Right.
tough.
going up the hill. 'Cause-
Thank you.
Agreed.
Mr. Muniz?
I was by there today, and I guess everything's kind of come to a standstill almost. It seems, I mean, nothing's finished, or walls are still bare and wires hanging and no plumbing's in, and looked like you had a mini split going in there maybe.
Right.
So I think you're a ways off from opening. I'm not against you having a place there. It's just the sign-offs that were on the application were from January, before any work started. So I don't know if they're pertinent to what's been done here, because you have permits out. So nothing could really be done, approved on the new configuration and construction by, at least in my opinion, by anyone in inspectional services, the Board of Health, and/or the fire department, until it's completed and they've seen, I don't know who signs off on the layout for your seating and approves the number, because there's no dimensions on that. Again, I'm not against your project. You know, I'm in favor of it. It's just, it's usually done in a certain order.
Right.
And so I personally would move to approve, but with conditions. And I think you say you're going to have a fence between the sidewalk running down, what is that? What's the name of the
Center
Center
Street.
Center Street,
Center Street.
and your seating area?
Correct,
And
yes.
there's a driveway entrance there.
The driveway entrance is now, that'll be the patio.
What?
The driveway behind the building,
Right,
that's the patio, that's where the
right,
seating.
but you're going to have a fence there.
Correct.
Could you make that fence so that it would be, have gates in it? You
That's our-
know, as long as it's there.
It has to have one.
Yeah.
For fire code.
No, I mean, wide enough for the driveway, so that you can,
Well, the driveway is going to have, it's going to be finished patio with furniture. It's outside seating for dining. We can
Right.
put any size gate that would be required. I mean, for deliveries, we need to put a gate there anyway.
correct, but that the gate would not allow for a truck to back in. And I know there's gonna be a patio, I'm just looking at it from my perspective. Long as the gates, I mean, we're saying that you don't need parking in the back. And I don't know, as Mr. Slavin said, right now, for the next number of months, that's the emergency vehicles
Right.
route. And if you, and I again looked at the parking on Center Street, and parking's allowed on both sides. So if we have trucks there and someone's parking on the other side, I mean, it's just gonna be a horror show. So if some sort of gates could be put up there, I'm not saying that, that would, I would like to see that. That's just me.
Okay.
And your outdoor seating, at least part of it will be, hopefully to accommodate the Americans Disability Act.
That's the handicap entrance, that side entrance on Center
Right.
Street.
So they'll be able to use the patio if they'd
Correct.
like. Refuse containers. Is there gonna be an enclosure and we won't see them from parking lots?
There'll
and-
be the kind of gates you open up to access the
Yeah,
dumpster, that
great.
kind of thing.
And no outdoor storage, right?
No.
No, those are just some of the things I'd like to see, and with an approval, and also that new inspections and approvals by all inspection divisions, the Board of Health, Fire Department be completed and submitted to the Board of Selectmen for review before signature release of the license. Because right now, it's,
We're almost ready for rough inspection. I mean, I know it looks like there's not a lot going on, but plumbing and
Right.
electrical are hard to gauge. I mean, there's a lot going on in a restaurant with plumbing and electrical, and those are the focus right now, and the HVAC, obviously.
yeah, and that's just a rough inspection, and then there's a finish
right.
inspection.
Just to get to the end of where he needs to be before he can start, he's going to need a certificate of occupancy anyway.
Right.
And so, one of the conditions of any license issued by us under the Commonwealth of Massachusetts general laws is that there's a constant duty to abide by the law, and that would include anything to do with occupancy, getting the required sign-offs, and everything else. So they wouldn't be able to
Right,
open
so-
anyway
so-
without violating the law, even if we gave this to them, without having those things in hand.
Well, that's good. I'd just like to see it done before we grant a license,
I mean, we could condition, I think, the motion on,
based upon what I said.
based upon getting the CO from Inspectional Services.
Which
No,
would
Because
cover
they're not
all
going to
of
be, they're not going to be, and they're not going to be insurable, you know what I mean? They're going to have all these things in place anyway, so we're
Right.
not holding them up. But
Excuse-
this guarantees that,
Well,
everything's done before they can open.
right, and that's basically what I said,
Yep.
so that all the divisions, inspectional, Board of Health, and the Fire Department be completed
Yep.
before release or an approval of the permit.
That's to get an occupancy permit.
Go ahead.
You can't open until you have an occupancy
Right.
permit
The
anyways.
certificate of occupancy will cover all of those other things, with the exception of maybe
Well,
covering up the trash or,
I just
making the gate.
brought up the
Yeah.
facts of what I saw when I looked,
Yep.
and
Thank you.
so
What time are you, if I
Excuse me.
could, I'm sorry.
I wasn't finished
Sorry.
yet.
Okay.
All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Questions?
Yeah, I do have one question. When is it that you were looking to open? Do you have a target date?
And the goal was July originally, but you know how contractors are these days. I mean, there's no labor out there, and that's
Nobody
why
there.
things are so slow. I
Yep.
mean, nobody has any help, so it's one guy, it's a one-man show, every company.
Yep.
Including myself.
Do you have an anticipated new target date?
Hopefully October, November, but then you're running into the seasonal license, and you open for 2 weeks and then close. I mean, so,
Well, you can get a 6-week extension.
okay,
So that goes from what, December 15th to towards the end of January, I think? So
January
basically, your
15th.
dead months are going to be February and March.
You
Right.
get
And then
2
you can
extra
start
weeks.
back in April with a seasonal.
That license could be for that
Yeah,
right now, so they could catch New Year's.
yeah, you want to,
But that's up to you,
If
however
they
you
want to
need
ask
to do it.
the extension, I suppose we could. Oh, well, does that require a separate, I think that requires a
think it-
separate application and
I think
vote.
it does, yeah.
So,
So that's a 6-week extension
It's not 6.
from
At
the
the
end
end of
of,
the season?
yeah, because I think his seasonal stops December 1, if I remember correctly.
Number 30?
But it covers 6 weeks beyond what the base seasonal
so
does.
mid-January.
It gives you another month and a half,
Yeah.
so.
I will, do you have any other questions, any of you?
Come over here for a minute.
You
I wanna-
pass it
I have a
down?
couple questions. Be easy if you come
Yeah,
over.
sure.
and-
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, guys.
While you're doing that, is there anyone here who would like to speak in support of this application? Yes, sir.
Let's see,
Here's the front.
Come on up.
Come on up, identify yourself for the record, please.
No, that-
We know your voice carries, but it won't carry out of the room.
Post fence. Yep.
Okay, so that's a fence.
Yep.
And that's gonna be a fence here
Correct.
and a fence.
Name is-
there.
Okay, can you hang on 1 second, sir?
Yep.
Chris, could you wait a minute? Be right with you. Thank you. So the fence here, you know, you can't have, if you have an opening in the fence, say people come in and out, you have to have that as control.
Correct.
Or else you have an issue there, just so you know. So if this is your other exit out of from the front, you're gonna have to have some way of making that your control exit.
Lockable or,
Yeah, that someone can't just walk in and out,
correct.
just so you know.
Plus the
The only other,
licenses that are-
okay, thank you. The only other comment I have is I'm not sure what Chris is going to speak about, but my concern is that on the street, we've got 2 or 3 property owners that have parking lots. And unfortunately, like everything in downtown on Main Street in Wareham, as well as Onset, we have what we call non-existent parking to speak of right on the area there. So I'm sure Chris is going to have a problem with people parking in his 2 lots. And also, I think Tim Schifoni has a lot farther up, just below the telephone station, the old library there. So I think that's going to have, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We already have major fights going on down at Onset about parking in certain people's property, so.
Thank you,
just so
Mr.
you know.
Slavin. Sir,
My name is-
identify
My name
yourself.
is Chris Consoletti. I own the property right next door to Mike and his wife. I've watched Mike since he bought the facility. And it's heartbreaking to watch somebody always hitting a wall while he's trying to get going. You had to wait for the gas company. His refrigeration unit was delivered to Nantucket.
It's close.
That's a walk-in cooler,
Couldn't find...
by mistake.
He
Sorry.
couldn't find help to actually do some of the landscaping and some of the other work around there. So he's been hitting a wall. I mean, and I think they're both going to be both good for downtown Wareham. But my concerns are like, Muniz, is that how you say it?
Yes.
Selectman? The traffic on Center Street, right now, obviously, because it's a main route to the hospital. But even before that, they take the corner, or they cut the corner at the Verizon building, and they race down to the stop sign. Or they take the corner on 2 wheels on Main Street, and they race to the stop sign at Verizon. It's a dangerous corner. I'd have a great concern for a lot of activity on that corner, especially with pedestrians. My other only concern is trash. How it's going to be stored, where it's going to be stored.
Would you address that, sir, Mr. Keelcard?
Yeah, we plan on having a dumpster on the Center Street side with the access gate by the fence, so it'll be enclosed within a fenced-in area on the patio.
Thank you.
So the concern there would be the gate, as the other, would it be opening out, opening in? I don't know. You'll have to just figure that out.
Okay.
That is
That
required,
cuts in on your property lines, or not into where your people are.
right, but it would also be up to the building inspector and the fire department to tell you which way the gate has to swing.
Well, if we're talking, I mean, I don't know what they've chosen for fencing, and hopefully they can find somebody to actually install it. But I would assume it would be hinged and be able to swing both ways. I mean,
We could make it
you
work
would
that
never,
way.
fire code would never allow you to have a gate that only opened inward. But, common sense dictates you don't want to whip the thing outward into traffic either. So, you're sort of caught between those two things when operating the gate. So you're probably going to want one that swings both ways.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor?
Did you have anything else?
I'm sorry, did I cut you off, Mr. Consoletti?
No, I'm always concerned about outdoor or live music, decibel ratings, especially with my
We
business
haven't
next
gotten there
door.
yet, sir.
I understand that.
Okay,
That's
I
a
heard
different
that
permit
earlier.
altogether.
It's
Yeah.
a separate permit.
thank you.
It's all right.
Um,
Thank you.
Is there any other questions from the board? First of all, I'd like to say thank you for choosing to do business in Wareham. And now, Mr. Clerk?
I move the Board of Selectmen approve the common victrola wines and
Oh,
malt
excuse
beverages
me,
license.
yeah, hold it. We have
Oh,
to
we
close
have
the
to
hearing.
close the hearing.
Yes, sir. Can you,
Motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close the hearing, second.
okay, Mr. Slavin?
Yes.
Mr. Titlebaum?
Yep.
Mr. Muniz?
Yes.
Myself, yes, the hearing is closed. Now I'll accept a motion, sir.
I move the Board of Selectmen approve the common victrola wines and malt beverages license for Scarlet Rose LLC, with the conditions that they have to have a release from the building inspection, the fire department, and the Health Board of Health, outdoor seating, accommodate the requirements of the American Disabilities Act, refuse containers not to be visible from roadways and parking lots, no outdoor storage without prior approval.
Motion made. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? It is unanimous. Thank you very much. The paperwork will not be available to you until all of those inspections have been taken care of, but you've gotten past this hurdle, if you will. And again, thank you for choosing to
great.
do business in Wareham. We very much appreciate.
Good luck.
Excited.
And just so that you know, at the town meeting, we did ask the legislature to approve 5 additional year-round licenses. So if and when those bills finally have been filed on our behalf, if and when those become available, you might choose to apply for one of those. I'm just
I was-
letting you know that they're there.
We were
Or
gonna
that we
ask
hope
about-
they will be
Right.
there.
We were going to ask about that. Is there any idea like when that would, no?
No, they were just filed.
Yeah.
That's even if they do. That's even if they do.
Yeah, I mean, if,
I
yeah.
know, I know.
So we can't answer that question. We hope that they will be done within, I don't know, 3 months or something like that. I have no
90
idea.
Yeah.
90 days usually.
I'm sorry?
90 days. If they
Yeah.
want, they could actually file with the Selectmen's office an application ahead of time, get on a list. if they'd
You
like.
could do that.
Okay,
Okay?
great.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet
Thanks. Good
you
luck.
again, and
Thank you.
good luck. Thank you.
Forward to it getting done and going there.
Thank you.
And take care.
Okay. Moving right along, I guess. This is to, all right, these are to confirm a couple of votes. Let me check here.
Yep.
Hearings of confirmatory vote. Confirm some votes taken last meeting. I move the Board of Selectmen vote to confirm the votes taken July 13th regarding contracting with COG Inc. for management of the Community Development Block Grant.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? Thank you.
And additionally, move the Board of Selectmen vote to confirm the votes taken July 13th regarding an acceptance of a $10,000 gift from Clear Channel to the town administrator's gift account.
Motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? Thank you.
And so next would be consideration for the hours of Nature's Medicine, formerly known as Xiphias. And I move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve.
Hang on one second. Is
Aye.
there anyone here to represent the petitioners? No.
Do we
Okay,
want to
thank you.
continue, or do you want to?
Go ahead. I just wanted to get it
Okay,
into the
thank
record. Thanks.
I move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve Nature's Medicine Corp., not formerly known as Xiphias Wellness, Inc., at 3119 Cranberry Highway to allow retail operation the following days and hours: Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 10 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. through 8 p.m.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Just want to make some comments here. It was previously approved in December of 2018. There were some issues with some of the owners. There was a different location that they had originally asked for, which was not granted. There has been a total restructuring of the business, and you have been given all of the documentation. The only thing that I did not see, but I do have an answer for, was the type of business. It is a C Corp. C, the letter C. So I have no other issues with the paperwork, and that was a motion with a second. Any further discussion?
I would just note that it's a 10 p.m. closing time, but this is located in a commercial zone. There's no residences nearby.
Thank you.
No churches either.
I'm sorry?
No churches. We have, on the Fairmont
Right.
Highway, we have 7
No, it's on the
churches.
highway, yeah, okay. All those in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, it is unanimous. Thank you, Mr. Muniz.
You're welcome. And
Nothing else.
let's see, where are we at here? Let me go through my,
That's it. You got
We have
minutes.
some signatures to do.
yeah, hold on one second, though.
Yep.
Give me a break.
Hey, we put a lot of pressure on our clerks, let me tell you.
Huh?
We put a lot of pressure on our
No,
clerks.
no,
Keep it
I'm-
moving,
I'm
keep it
good.
moving.
I'm good. It's up to you where you want to go from here.
Okay,
Town administrator's
we
report,
don't
no?
have any business under 48 hours. Town administrator is absent at my request. And we do have those 2 certificates, if you could pass those along to sign, Mr.
Okay.
Muniz. Yeah.
And you got a set of minutes.
We have some certificates.
And we
to-
also,
An approval of minutes.
Yeah,
So
we
that's-
can-
That's the only one we need a,
yeah, we have 2.
Skipping something, maybe?
How about
so.
liaison and initiative reports?
There you go.
Mr. Slavin?
The only thing I have is tomorrow, Serped Commission that I chair will be having the Undersecretary for EOHA, and basically what we're doing is they're coming in to talk about ARPA monies and how we can use them and not use them. Should be pretty helpful to the 27 communities that SERPA covers. I will be doing a report and giving it to everybody probably the following day.
Thank you.
No liaising.
Jim has plenty.
Liaising?
Yeah, planning board reorganized last night, so that's a good thing. It was an interesting meeting. Richard Bowen is a new chair, I think there's a vice,
Swenson?
Mr. Swenson, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you for correcting me. And they're waiting to reappoint a clerk, and I believe there's a vice chair. It might be Mike.
I think Mike
Mike
was gonna be
King.
vice chair.
And they've assigned different members to different committees, so they're moving right along. They're doing a good job. Some tough meetings, having to do with the solar and stuff, so moved along nicely, though. I have a regional refuse district meeting tomorrow. It's all we're still doing it via Zoom, and be the first meeting for our new member, Amanda Cobb, so we look forward to that. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. I will give my liaison initiative reports in 2 weeks. So, we have approval of minutes of July 13th, 2020.
Correct. And let me just go to my list here.
Yep.
I move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve the minutes of, what was that, July 13th?
July 13th, yes, sir.
2021.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes, and we were all there, right?
Correct.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstaining is unanimous. Thank you very much. I just want to, before we do the magic adjournment, I would like to thank Mr. Muniz for getting volunteered.
Yeah, she sent me an email this morning.
I sent him an email and I left 2 phone messages because his text messages don't work because his phone doesn't work. Anyway,
I don't answer my phone.
That's because he has to replace his phone. He dropped it so many
yeah, I
times.
got it.
Well, if we get more pay, maybe I
Okay,
could.
I would like to read, the,
Please.
the 2 certificates that we are going to be giving to the young men. So the Board of Selectmen is awarding to Ezra Barboza, in honor of your receiving the Boy Scouts' highest award of Eagle Scout. As a recent graduate of the Upper Cape Tech class of 2021 with a concentration in engineering, you were a member of the National Honor Society and represented your school at Skills USA, assisting the horticultural shop in creating planter boxes for the Memorial Garden at Upper Cape will help beautify the campus. We congratulate you and commend you for your commitment to the Boy Scouts of America. And then the second one is to again from the Board of Selectmen, Douglas Santos Jr. In honor of your receiving the Boy Scouts' highest award of Eagle Scout, the United States Flag Code, Title IV, Section 8K states, "The flag, when it is in such condition that it is no longer a fitting emblem of display, should be destroyed in a dignified way, preferably by burning." Your Eagle Scout project of creating a fire pit and also refinishing the American flag retirement drop box at the Wareham American Legion Post was a great way to serve the community and ensure that flags will be properly destroyed. We congratulate you and commend you for your commitment to the Boy Scouts of America. And is there any other business to come before this astute body?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn is not debatable. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining. Thank
Wareham.
you very much.
Thank you, Wareham.
Thank you, Wareham.